Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Dragonus Podcastus story session. I am Dead Punic, director extraordinaire, and with me is the star of the show, Lady Maeve. If you would like to support us and would like to see more content just like this, you can do so through the Patreon, the Fiverr page, and Lady Maeve's School for Exploding Dice. Lady Maeve, tell about the school.
Hello, adventurers. Do you want to learn how to play D&D? Do you want to play D&D in a weekly one-shot or campaign? I have the games for you. If you're between the ages of 7 and 16, you can click the Outschool link below and join one of the over 22 games from Monday to Friday with other kids your own age. If you're between the ages of 16 to adult, you can join in on the fun with the Start Play link. I'm currently running 2 campaigns that play every week. I'll be running one-shots at least once a month. My next one-shot will be Saturday, March 8th, and we'll be playing Thunderball Run. Come join us on a wild airship race as we dodge the Royal Sky Navy and help an old friend, Julia, win one more time before she retires from the hectic world of racing. Mention this podcast for $5 off your first game with me, and you can also check out the Fire Bunny Adventures Etsy store for fun adventuring companions and gear.
So, how was your Valentine's Day, Lady Maeve?
It was pretty quiet. We did a big Comic-Con in Bartow, Florida called BartowCon. Just, kind of enjoyed the geekiness.
So, mine was pretty quiet. I did get some things done, and I'm planning some nefarious scheme for our next story session. But don't worry, we won't spoil anything. And for anybody who's in on the joke, no, I did not actually kill Queen Byron's character with a watermelon. Just in case anybody's wondering. Anyway, so from last story session, Colonel Victoria had finished her briefing for the security detail of Princess Lucy's birthday celebration. She also met and briefed Chef Gordon Ramsay along with the Queen. We now find her preparing for Lucy to enter the courtyard and begin her public meet and greet. The stage is set, the curtains have been pulled back, and the camera is rolling. Enjoy. 1100, the Royal Palace, Princess Lucy's quarters. Colonel Victoria stands inside the doorway watching carefully as the seamstress hems Lucy's dress before finally stepping off the stool and packing up her gear. All finished, Your Highness. Victoria opens the door and lets the seamstress exit before approaching Lucy.
Are you all set, Your Highness?
Yes, I'm nervous though.
How come?
Tonight there is going to be a birthday ball in my honor. I have never danced with anyone, let alone had to wear a ball dress in public. I'm accustomed to wearing my regular royal wear. Victoria smiles and kneels down to her eye level.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'd be nervous too. I've never been a fan of fancy dresses. It makes me feel like a mummy.
A knock at the door interrupts the moment. Victoria opens it slightly and peeks her head, seeing a sister in regular garb. Ma'am, we're ready.
Thank you.
She turns to leave. Victoria turns to Lucy.
Come, Your Highness. The people await.
Lucy takes Victoria's arm and she escorts her through the palace to the main hall where a contingent of knights with ceremonial parks stand with them extended outward. As Vicky and Lucy approach, they move their spears to alert position. Bishop Tunsk takes a position 2 paces behind the king and queen, the captain of his guard alongside him. Royal servants open the doors to the courtyard and others pull back the curtains. As Lucy steps out of the courtyard, the royal fanfare begins playing and the crowd cheers in happiness. Victoria walks with Lucy to the platform and helps her up the steps. She steps out and waves to the crowd. You descend the stairs and take position to the left of the entrance. You tune your radio.
Detail. Check in.
Angels in position.
All angels, keep your eyes up and watch for oddities. Radio in if you see anything suspicious.
Copy, boss. Angels entering the crowd. Half an hour goes by with no incidents. Vicky glances around, scanning the rooftops until she sees the reflection of something. Realizing that the knights and her team probably don't see it, she races off inside toward the stairs and as the king begins addressing the crowd.
Angel 3-1, sniper on the roof. I say again, sniper on the roof.
All that she gets on her radio is static. She switches over and tries Solaris HQ.
Angel 3-1, to Solaris Actual. Priority 1 traffic.
Angel 3-1, Solar Actual, send traffic over.
Sniper on the west side rooftop. I'm moving to engage.
Copy. We will relay message to Commander Viking and your team.
Negative. Secure all channels are being scrambled. Transmit to an open frequency.
Understood, 3-1. Support will be sent to assist. Actual out. As she races up the stairs at full speed, she discards her cloak to lose some of the weight, her legs working overtime until she gets to the door leading to the roof. Inner monologue.
Now, normally, the slant of the roof acts as a natural way to deflect rainwater. But when you're going to stop an assassin trying to kill the king's daughter, it can be used as a great way to get a drop on someone, provided you don't miss and they don't look behind them.
You climb up and see the culprit taking aim with a crossbow carbine. You slide down a roof slant and bump into him just as he is pulling the trigger. The shot goes wide and misses Lucy by several meters. Commotion and panic ensues in the courtyard while you are wrestling with the culprit. He wraps his arm around your neck, trying to strangle you. You elbow him in the face, which briefly stuns him, and you roll away onto your feet. He extends his arm, and a loud pching comes from his right arm, revealing an arm blade. Inner monologue.
Okay, so I didn't quite think this through. Granted, I'm operating off my instinct. Unfortunately, this is close quarter situation, which means by the time I draw my gun, this guy's probably going to fillet me 5 times over. But what this guy doesn't know is getting into scrapes and coming out is my specialty.
He sweeps low, but Victoria flips over, rolls away, and in the same moment pulls out her stun gun and points it squarely at the assassin.
Drop a dead shot, or you'll be kissing the dirt.
He slowly removes the weapons from his gauntlet and his belt and throws them in front of him.
On your knees, hands on your head.
He slowly moves down onto his knees, but she notices him quickly reaching behind his back, and before he has a chance to fire at her, he fires off a stun bolt. The energy courses through Deadshot's body, causing him pain, but not enough to seriously hurt him until he finally drops to the ground. Vicky slowly moves towards him and kicks his weapons away, and then checks that he's still breathing. A figure emerges out of the corner of her vision. She quickly turns and points her weapon at the stranger. Whoa, blue, friendly.
Who are you?
Fern Calmstar, call sign Viper01. HQ sent me to support you, said something about a shooter on the roof and that comms were being scrambled. Victoria slowly lowers her weapon and holsters it.
Is Lucy safe?
Your team took her to the prearranged location. Vicky tunes her radio and tries to contact HQ.
Angel 3-1 to Solar Actual, come in, over.
Solar Actual, send traffic 3-1.
Threat has been neutralized. Send some city guards to pick up Deadshot.
She quickly looks up at her arm and sees a large gash bleeding somewhat profusely.
Send a medic if you could.
Understood, 3-1. Angel 01 is waiting for the all clear.
Understood, Actual 3-1, out.
Vicky tunes her radio and tries to contact her team.
Angel 3-1 to Angel 01, come in, over.
01, send traffic lead.
Threat is neutralized. Bring Panda Bear to the war room.
Suddenly you hear crashing and yelling coming from the other end.
01, what's going on over there?
Lead, we need support. We got a massive problem in Panda Bear's quarters.
Stand by, 01. We're on our way.
Vicky and Fern rush down the stairs towards Princess Lucy's room. They see 3 sisters confused and exhausted. Victoria approaches one of them.
What happened? Where's Lucy?
The sister points towards Lucy's room. Big snake. Lucy got separated in the confusion. We can't go in. We don't even know what kind of snake it is. Vicky draws her stun gun. Fern slowly opens the door. They see Lucy crying in fear as the snake is simply flicking its tongue, but it isn't moving towards her. Vicky steps in and prepares to fire, but Fern pulls her back. Back up! That's a Runian ass. If you shoot it could bite Lucy. Vicky lowers her weapon and takes her finger off the trigger. Fern peeks his head back inside. Your Highness, get in that corner and keep your head covered. Fern and Victoria step out of the doorway and shut it.
So, what do we do now?
It doesn't seem like it to be wanting to go after Lucy. Let me try and talk with it. See if I can't convince it to go docile. No need, mates. I can get it to go docile. Steve Irwin, what the are you doing here? Don't know. It's absolutely mental.
I don't suppose that you speak snake?
Of course I do. It's like a second language to me next to tiger and elephant.
Well, if it gets aggressive, I'm shooting it.
Don't worry. I'm a professional. He slowly enters the room with Victoria close behind, weapon ready. She signals the other sisters to stay back. Steve slowly approaches the snake. It turns and looks at him, tongue tongue flickering but unmoving. Oi, look at this loli! She must be at least 8 feet long! Steve starts hissing and scratching and tongue flicking, until finally the snake moves to the side of the bed opposite of the corner to where Lucy was, and coils and lays his head down. Steve stands up and walks towards Victoria and Fern. She told me she was captured by a strange man with a strange tattoo, and was brought from her home to here in a basket. When she came out of the box, she was trying to communicate with Her Highness to get someone to take her home. But I guess because Lucy doesn't speak Snake and was more afraid of her, the ass figured she couldn't understand it.
Is it willing to let us take Lucy out of the room at least?
Oh yeah, go right ahead. Victoria and Fern walk past Steve. Lucy is crouched in the corner, softly crying with her hand covering her head and face.
Your Highness, it's okay. You're safe.
What about the snake?
It won't hurt you, trust me.
She extends her hand. Lucy runs past the snake, still dormant and laying down, and embraces Victoria in a tight hug. Fern steps past Victoria and enters the room, sits across from the snake, and starts conversating. Victoria carries Lucy down the stairs to the war room, puts her in a chair, and gets the medic to check her over. She's just in shock. I'd recommend she gets about an hour's rest before the dinner tonight. Let me take a look at that arm. Victoria takes off her gauntlet, and the medic examines the still bleeding arm. Well, you got 2 deep lacerations that have managed to penetrate into the outer muscle. No nerve damage, thankfully, but the bleeding isn't as serious.
Will it need surgery?
Thankfully, no. Just the antibiotic injection and a gauze. Nothing that serious. He pulls out a syringe gun and places it around Victoria's shoulder area. Please try not to move. This shouldn't hurt too much. The gun makes a loud ptoom.
Ow, that really hurt.
The medic cleans up the spot, packs up and leaves. Commander Viking enters the room and approaches Victoria. Colonel, are you alright?
Yes, Deadshot's in custody. Hopefully this is the last job he takes. Meanwhile, in the council chamber of Char, the chairperson is holding a nefarious meeting. Now, let us proceed with business, number 3. Deliver your report.
Thank you, Madam Chairlady. Our operation to kidnap Princess Lucy Usamil is now in motion. We have hired the assassin known as Deadshot to distract the Princess Protection Detail. The operation is commencing as we speak. An aide walks up to the chairwoman, whispers something in her ear. The chairwoman nods, and the aide walks out of the room.
Gentlemen, I have just been informed that Deadshot has been captured and Princess Lucy is not in our custody. Clearly, information about our plans was leaked to our enemies. Number 4, you were the one who planned the operation. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Madam Chairlady, might I suggest that we deploy the Silver Viper and have him kidnap the princess during the return from the War Summit in the Red Elf territory? Madam Chairlady.
Yes, number 5.
Desert Operative. Ah.
Not a bad idea, number 5. A desert operative is due for a win. In the meantime, there's still the matter of number 4's incompetence.
The chairlady toggles a switch and number 4 convulses. Sparks fly from their chair and they slump over, dead and slightly crispy.
Well now, let this be a reminder that I will tolerate neither incompetence nor failure. Deploy both our desert operative and the Silver Viper. At least the coyote will be useful as a distraction while the Silver Viper handles the important tasks.
What nefarious scheme is the Charian Council planning? What danger is Princess Lucy in? Tune in next time. Same bat time, same bat channel.